The children's rights that has been recognized by the UN as actually an official human right for children, and that is play. Is play important for a child's upbringing?
They don't know that it's their right to actually play.
Pupils, do you get time to play when you are at school?
Yes.
You get time? Okay,
Yes.
no chorus answers. Why do you think it is important for you to play?
I think it is important for me to play because it is a source of exposure.
How?
Because when I played well, I can go and play in the white country there.
Hey.
In England.
Hey. When you play football?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
I think playing up in physical development.
It is important to me to relax me from the mind. Because when I play, the mind which was disturbing me a lot, it releases me from.
You relax.
Yeah.
For me, I think that if I play, it can make my bone to be strong.
Your bones be strong.
Yes.
More?
When I play, it is for pleasure.
How do you get pleasure when you play?
When I keep on practicing netball or football, I don't forget. I just keep remembering, and when some people come in our school, Chegere Primary, the teachers will ask the teachers, and the teachers will have to think of the other girl who could play, and they call me. I come to play for the visitors.
So you become relevant at school.
Yes.
Let me ask you, if you go to a teacher and you say, and you tell him, oh, your teacher refuses you to play, and you feel bad, why is it? Why do you want to play? What do you think it will add to you?
It makes me remember what I was forgotten in the class.
It helps. Playing helps you remember.
Yes, sometimes.
How? Let me give me an example of when you had forgotten something,
and then
when you are playing. While you are playing football, you are like, science is.
The study of living.
Yeah.
I remember how the teacher was teaching the class, and I start remembering it and convincing it in my mind.
Okay.
So that when I go home, I can do revision.
Teacher, we most of the time, of course, our parents complain that the kids play a lot. Yeah, this child is very stubborn,
very playful.
But for you, at school, what are some of the things that you have realized children will benefit when they play more?
In most schools, and in our school especially, play has also improved on the discipline of our children. When we send them for play, they become friends. In fact, the heart of friendship becomes more stronger. And sometimes we bring other schools to meet them. That is already a very good bond for them, especially to create friendship. That is one. And then, for example, Chegere Primary School, it is a school which is near the lecture. One time, our children could have thrown themselves in the river. And as people who are getting used to that, they normally go there training themselves how to swim. So it has also helped them to rescue themselves and their friends.
Really?
Yes.
That's very good.
Yeah.
Wow.
Thank you.
Do your parents play with you?
Yes.
What
do you play with your parents?
For us, we play with our parents netball.
Netball?
Yes.
So what do you play with your parents?
At 6, soccer.
What do you play?
Football.
Oh, you play with your dad football?
Yes.
Wow.
Yes.
Skipping rope.
Skipping ropes. Oh, that's very nice.
Skipping. Yeah. You play it with your mom, your dad?
With my mom, both of them.
They hold for you and you skip?
Yeah.
So you've been telling us the games that you play with your parents. Yes. But for you, what is your favorite game? And why do you like it so much?
Me, I like West.
You like?
West.
Baseball?
West.
Wrestling.
Mweso. Mweso. Omweso.
Omweso. Why do you like it?
Amaro pien kai cha moro nyu daddy now. Wango ya nyu cha ke nyu tigi mo geno ko nyu wango ya. Aron wata cha ko to kere wata ake wi ata ruenyo kai ye. David fresh.
Yeah, he's saying whenever maybe he gets annoyed, especially from the parents, when he goes out and then begin playing with the friends, he just forgets all that the parents might have hungered him.
Oh.
So he becomes so fresh. That's why he likes Omweso so much.
How did you learn Omweso? Because it is a very difficult game. Moving those things. How did you learn?
I learned by being near it. When my friend is still playing, then I keep on seeing. Then I start playing.
To add another on him, Omweso game helps me or other pupils to know mathematics. Because when you are playing, you need to know how many stones you are going to place in that small hole, so that you can win the person whom you are playing with.
So you calculate.
Hey man, I've never learned how to play Mweso, so you are not a joking man. What's your favorite game?
My favorite game is
Speak louder than
my
him.
favorite game is football.
What position do you play?
Left back.
Left back.
Yeah.
Number 3.
Yeah.
Is he on the school team?
Yes.
What is your favorite game and why?
My favorite game is running.
Athletics.
Why?
They make me be exposed outside the countries, and I be well known.
Boss, what is your favorite game and why?
My favorite game is playing football. Because when I play football, I get physical exercise, and I can be relaxed. I want also to be exposed in outside countries, like England, America, and even Japan.
Which team do you support?
Chelsea.
I like playing football because when I play football, it make my bone it make me to grow strong and hard. That's why I like
your bones are hard. Okay, what position do you play?
Number 10.
Number 10, you're a striker?
Yes.
How many goals have you scored?
10 goals.
If you're just joining us, we're looking at how important play is in a child's upbringing, and we are with the pupils of Chegere. Is it Chegere or Chegere?
Yes,
Chegere Primary School here in our Patch district. Coming up is one of the educationalists who will tell us why schools, not just schools, but also at home, it's important for your child to play. When we come back, I'll be sharing with you more benefits of playing for children. Take a look.
It is important for children to play in their life first because it brings a child to a good physical fitness. It gets a kind of relief, and also the mind gets to develop. And also physically, like when a child gets involved in playing, he may like sports. Maybe that is his career in life. Children also get the benefit of socializing with friends. That's when they get to learn much more, both in characters, behaviors, and how to share. And also meet certain demands that they would need among them as children. As a parent, you must have in mind that this is now my child. We may be of different status as parents, but at our level, like of a poor parent, make a ball for a child. This is already shaping the child to get in the mood of playing and socializing and associating and also marrying with the rest. And also, involve yourself to let the child also learn more from you as a parent, because that would also give ground for a child to express his or her feelings. You also need to supervise, because certain things that a child may be doing may either be right or wrong. So the child also demands or would need a lot as a guidance, as a supervision from a parent or from an adult, say.
Teacher, how do you integrate play in the curriculum of the school? Because you go to some schools, they only study, that's all.
And there's very little time to
prep class.
Yeah, with the timetabling of the primary schools now, in the curriculum, there is where they have put also special time for plays.
Yes.
In upper primary, in most cases, we schedule it from 3 to at least 4:30 or 5. It depends on the distance of the pupils and the condition of the day.
Okay.
Sometimes we can give them more time when the weather is fine, but when the weather is not fine, we can reduce, maybe like an hour only.
Yes.
So, in most cases, even during physical education time, we have also integrated it in our timetable. Some of our lower primary mostly have theirs in early morning lessons. So the early morning lessons sometimes can be physical education, where we take pupils out and then we give them time to play. There is also a period that we say free activity, which is always fixed in the timetable. This one is common from P1 up to P3.
Okay.
So from P1 up to P3, there is an allotted time that we normally give, especially when it is approaching lunchtime. When it is approaching lunchtime, we take them out to the field. We give them time to select their free games and then free activity.
How do you feel when your parents stop you from playing, or your teachers? Yes, boss.
I feel uncomfortable.
Why?
Because he also stopped me from what I want to do.
I saw Madam putting up here. Yes, you are putting up here.
I feel very uncomfortable because it's one of my rights to play. And then he refuses. What if I go to report her? Would the police not arrest her because of one of my rights?
So you can actually report a teacher when they refuse you to play?
No, a parent.
A parent?
Yeah.
When we talk about rights, you having a right to play, it means you also have a responsibility. You're supposed to do certain things. So what are those things you do so that when you tell your parent that I want to play, they do not oppose? Like those things you say, I'm going to do this, then when I go to play, my parent will let me play. What are those things you do to make sure that you are allowed to go to play, or your teachers allow you to play?
For me, if the teachers refuse, I first revise all my books and then I go.
Then when they stop you, you're like, but I've revised.
Yes. If I'm at home, I used to do everything my parents want me to do. Then I go to play.
Well, I want to close this by asking you, okay, apart from playing, what do you think is another right for you children? What do you think is the other right?
As a child, I have a right to study.
Okay.
To study.
I have a right to wear clothes.
Okay.
Okay. Yes.
I have a right to worship.
Worship?
Wow.
Yes.
Hi.
Hey.
I have a right to eat food.
You people.
Yes, madam.
I think I have a right to identity.
What does that mean?
Having a name.
Alright,
Okay.
that's a new one. Yes.
I think I have a right to have a parent.
You have a right to have a parent.
That's
Yes.
true.
For me, I think that I have a right to get a medical care.
Teacher, finally, what do you say to people who have
Taken that right,
taken that right away from
children?
children? Does playing make children perform badly? Because that can be the excuse given.
With the pupils now, the UN, as you are stating it, has really opened the eyes of some of our parents. I am, as a teacher, a parent also.
Yes.
And when you deny a child all these other rights, I don't feel bad. I don't feel good. Because one, some of these rights are not just because anybody wants it. It is a right given by God sometimes, like a right to live. A child has that right permanently. Right to have the child cared for. We know that when God gives you a child, God wants you to show responsibility.
Yes.
So I don't feel good when somebody denies a child a right.
Right. Well, there are schools that actually have integrated play so well into their curriculum. Schools, of course, in high school that teach chess during class time.
Schools that emphasize music.
Music, basketball. I went to a school where we were taught baseball.
I've not heard them say, I like to sing, I like to dance. You don't dance or sing at school? See, that's also playing. That's also playing. Yes.
And schools are now doing that and more. I like what you said about, creating friendship and discipline, and those are things that can help you as a teacher, as a parent, to let your child play as and when they play. Also helps children experience other points of view by working through conflicts about space, materials, or rules.
Learn how to share.
Yes.
Because if you don't play, you don't know that you can share with someone.
Yeah.